Good luck charm.
This is hat versus hair.
That's
Not
true.
even, but I think Zinoto kind of has that top player advantage when it comes to that kind of deal.
But let's talk about the Twitter beef that Civil War has seemed to start.
Yeah, it's all over
like,
the place.
Like Larry Lurr and Mr. Art. I don't know if you saw it today.
Yeah, I mean, I feel like somebody, there's like one person on each team that has to pick a fight with somebody on the other team. We're kind of seeing that, right? Like, Ally, Zero called out Ally today.
He did?
Ally swinging back, and Ally probably won that one. I mean, Larry Lurr calling out Mr. R. I feel like Larry Lurr had to had some better disses than Mr. R did, unfortunately.
Yeah, I mean, unfortunately, that
Void
comment,
and then Void jumps
comment
in, yeah.
at the end there by Larry Lurr was just, ooh.
It's exciting, and I feel like that kind of energy in the Smash scene overall is so exciting.
Yeah, it's really exciting. And you know what I want to see, honestly, is like a Civil War 2.0 between Zinoto and Ally.
That'd be hype. But hey, we got Civil War between Zinoto and Blade right now. And speaking of Sheiks, we're going to see Blade Sheik going up against Zinoto. Blade Sheik is kind of on the rise.
Yeah, and I mean, he has that technical prowess. He understands what his character does at each percent, and that's essential to playing good Sheik.
He's really growing as a player, right?
Yeah, you don't see him going for anything that's less than optimal really very often, and he's just becoming better and better every time we see him out here.
Very safe player, but he's going to have his hands full in Zinoto, who we already see dancing around, keeping this relatively close and just walling Zinoto out with these fairs.
Yeah, like we said there, he just did some real optimal safe stuff, and that's the name of his game. Zinoto, though, also a very optimal player, really spearheading Diddy's development.
He really is. He's such a technical player. Probably the most technical Diddy we can really think of, right?
Yeah, I would say, a lot of people say, oh, the big Diddy's Zero, of course.
Right.
But Zinoto gets overlooked. I would say that his Diddy's probably a little bit more technical than Zero's.
Certainly, just a wealth of knowledge. But Blade doing a good job of keeping Zinoto, putting a lot of pressure on the edge right now. But Zinoto is so good at just taking back stage control when he needs to, and now Blade on the other side, and it's been very back and forth so far.
Yeah, and you saw there, Blade charging needles. He thought he was safe, and Zinoto just went out there and said, no, you're not safe. You don't get time to charge needles. So, Zinoto's playing this very in Blade's face, and Blade is just having to respond to that with a bit of fire of his own.
Something both players are doing really well as well are also catching landings. I'm noticing it from Blade especially, and here comes Zinoto looking for the barrels. What a mix-up, but not getting it.
Yeah, and it seems like Zinoto's also using his double dump and then monkey flipping really high. And the back throw killing already.
Yeah, she's super light, especially on Smash with those short blast stones to the horizontal. Zinoto knowing his percents, going to take that stock right there. But Blade, I mean, this just got a little bit tougher, right? Losing that rage percentage. Yeah, but he can still definitely find a kill confirm off the top.
Yeah, he's going to have to look for that weak hit in air in the bouncing fish or those aerial needles in the bouncing fish. Because that's really only Sheik's only reliable answers for a kill.
Yeah, and this is where Zinoto can really start to run away with it. We see him just pressuring, spacing out with fairs, getting grabs, just really building up a ton of percent, 53% already, and Blade struggling to find this stock.
But what I'm noticing is Zinoto has not done a lot of grab combos. It could be that he's too high in rage to really do any safe grab combos that are true. And Zinoto just likes to play it safe.
Definitely, but those aerials packing a punch, and Blade getting knocked around. Great edge guarding coming out from Zinoto.
Yeah, that's a Diddy special though, is that edge guard, You never just catch Diddy's, a good Diddy letting a player off the ledge for free.
Zinoto slowing the game down. Blade just looking for something good in there. Take the stock.
150%. That's impressive.
Yeah, you get to those windows where, forward tilt, nairs start to kill. But that's kind of the play to Sheik, right? That you have to get them up to that kind of percentage for those things to start working.
And not only that, but being in about 100% rage himself.
There's the barrels again. I'd be interested to see him actually pull that off. That'd be some new tech maybe he's working on, the barrel technician.
Or it could just be that, he's saying, well, maybe he's going to try to approach, and he's safe using the barrels the way he is, where he's just arcing down with them, just to say, so if he does go in to say, hey, I'm going to try to extend a combo real fast, all of a sudden, he gets hit with those barrels.
And Zinoto strongly taking game one, and it was close. It was so back and forth throughout that first stock. But when Zinoto was able to steal that first stock off of Blade, that's when it just really fell apart because he wasn't able to find that kill confirm. And Zinoto knows exactly what he's going for.
Yeah, because the Sheik, Sheik, if you're in a really high amount of rage, Sheik's combos don't work as well. But she kind of needs the rage to kill, so it was kind of like the worst of worlds for Sheik there.
Absolutely. Let's see if Blade can turn things around. And obviously the key to the game for Blade right now is take that stock first, utilize that window, and do not allow Zinoto to get that stock advantage, because obviously he's so well versed in the Sheik matchup that it's going to be very difficult for Blade to get anything. Which I know it's so easy to say, but we'll see what he can do. Off to a better start.
Yeah, but Blade right now is slowing down the match quite a bit compared to the first game, where it was a lot of like slugfest, going at each other's throats at the early game there. We see Blade keeping Zinoto away, charging needles, and just trying to space him out.
Yeah, using these huge hitboxes that Sheik has, especially with that Nair, and you mentioned charging the needles, but here comes Zinoto. Clap the down smash. That is so much percent. The barrel's coming up.
Coming in.
What a great option to get back on stage, and a great mix-up. So those barrels coming in.
Yeah, and even though like Blade had, had thought to like look out for barrels, it had always been while Zinoto was just over the stage itself and Blade was above him. He probably didn't have time to adjust to say, oh, he's just gonna do barrels while I'm below him. So,
yep.
Oh, there it is again.
There we go, and just like I said, I wanted to finally see it, and there it is. This is exactly what he's been going for, and finally Blade able to air dodge, or air dodges down into it. Kind of what Zinoto was looking for, gives him his opportunity. And now here we go again, the same scenario. Is Blade going to be able to find that stock? As Zinoto just kind of runs away with it.
Yeah, and like you see, like Zinoto really turns it on Blade's second stock. Like the first stock, Zinoto's kind of willing to play Blade's game of just going, all right, well, you can hit me a bunch, but I'm still going to deal more damage while I'm in. And then as soon as that second stock starts, he says, all right, I've got some time to rack up some extra credit. Let's go in.
Yeah, Zinoto aware of the pressure that's on Blade and giving him no room to breathe and allow him to try to set up anything. And ooh, nice movement from Zinoto.
Going for that fair. Oh, the B reverse peanut gun there, canceling it just to be stylish, I guess. I don't know what he got off it, but it looked cool.
Blade trying to fish with the vanish.
There we go.
The vanish, though. Good option from Blade, catching Zinoto on the monkey flip. Let's go, Blade. And now 99%, though, is quite the steep hill to climb, but she can rack up damage so quickly. So
yeah,
we'll see.
You got to think about it, too. It's Zinoto that we're talking about here. He's not going to fall into some of the pitfalls that some lower or mid-level players are going to fall into.
Very true, but maybe Blade will play at a bit of a higher level. Let's see what he can do here, as he is finding some percent, but Zinoto holding firm. There's
the barrels. He's just really going for it.
Yeah, he's just having a blast. No pun intended.
I think that was intended.
You caught me red-handed. Yeah. I can't lie.
But Blade, he definitely has the opportunity to bring it back here. He's just extending some combos, looking for that bouncing fish, but it looks like the rage is still a little bit too high to really seal that out. And Zinoto looking for up smash, just looking to catch a landing.
Yeah, just looking for a clap, up smash, any kind of thing like that, and it's just pushing Blade to the ledge. But there's the up smash going to catch his landing. Yeah,
Zinoto didn't have to go out there. He said, you know what, you're going to have to land eventually, and I'm going to catch it eventually.
Yeah, just the name of the game. Keep him in the air and just put him in that disadvantage state. Good stuff from Zinoto, who really commanded those